Hola guys and girls and welcome to PMC Week 2. And before we go into this match, of course, you're probably wondering where is my Week 1 match. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you don't know that yet, but I actually got a forfeit win for Week 1 of this league since our opponent was he had to leave the league basically because he was too busy. I tried scaling with him, it just didn't work out. And overall, he got replaced by another coach, but that means we go with a Week 1 win into this league, so that's why there was no upload overall. In general, this week there will be no team builder because, like you can see from the background, this is my parents' house, and yeah, tomorrow I will be leaving to my new apartment, and then I settle down there, and then we can go back into the whole YouTube business. But yeah, that's why there's no team builder for now, but of course I will go over the team real quick. This week's opponent, of course, is JohnnyGB. You already know him of the ICBA, probably. I faced him twice there, one time I lost in the regular season. In the playoffs I actually managed to win versus him. And yeah, he's a commissioner of the ICBA as well. So yeah, I want to say decently known in the draft league community. But yeah, he is coach of the Oregon Duckletts, and he is our opponent for this week. For the first real match in this, we already have a head start with this win, but this is our first real match of the season. And before we go into team preview, of course, the usual shoutouts at the beginning of my matches. Shoutout goes to Dark Devil 24, 22, 26, 20 something. I know Dark Devil and then some numbers. He recorded this match for me, and he actually did record my week 3 match as well, which of course will be uploaded next week, but I already have that since we are playing a week ahead. And yeah, so double shout out to him, probably say that again next week. But other than that, shout out to Pointblanke for genning this team from there. There you go, both the links will be in the description. Definitely check them out. Great dudes for helping me out. And if you like having Wi-Fi battles on my channel, then definitely give these guys a shout. But yeah, now going into team preview. I actually don't know what Johnny's whole team is off the top of my head. Probably should have written that down. But basically what you see on screen right here is basically what I expected. His biggest threats are the Mega Charizard X, the Lucario, and the Celesteela. A Mamoswine I can decently deal with. I wasn't sure if he would bring Rabombi because I have so many checks for Rabombi, and the Amaldo was definitely a big surprise. Never saw Amaldo coming, so he got me there. But now going overall, my team, I got a physically defensive Charlie Berry Rotom Heat, meant to deal with the setup Celesteela mainly because especially it can really deal with Rotom either way, and physically it gets Stone Edge, that's why Charlie Berry. Then we have specially defensive Nidoqueen, which was there for the Rabombi for once. And I think Heliolisk. I think Heliolisk as well. Was specially defensive enough to take 2 serves from a Scarf Heliolisk. Then we got Stallbreaker Mew, this time a more defensive one. I mean, this time. It's the first time I'm bringing it. In week 1 it wasn't a defensive one, but you never saw the battle, so that doesn't matter. So, Stallbreaker Mew with just Earthquake, Taunt, Will-O-Wisp, and Softbolt. Then Fizzy Defensive Thick Fat Miltank there to deal with stuff like the Mamoswine and the Charizard. I guess Rotom can deal with the Mamoswine as well, but I don't want to get knocked off, so I don't really want to switch into Mamoswine. Then Dragonite, Dragonium Z, Dragon Dance with Extreme Speed, and Fire Punch. And then last but not least, we got Defog, Hurricane, Heat Wave, U-Turn, Mega Pidgeot. So, looking at the opponent's team, nothing on his team really likes to deal with my Rotom Heat. The 2 ones which can deal with it, or which are scary, are the Charizard X, for which I have Foul Play in case he wants to set up stuff like that, but I most likely will switch out with him since I still have a Miltank healthy. Or the Amaldo, which I'm definitely faster with, and I can just both switch out and yeah, play according to that. I don't know yet what I really want to switch to Amaldo, because like I said, Amaldo was like kind of a mon I never saw coming versus me, but now that it's here, I have to deal with it. But I got a decent amount of mons which can deal with that mon. But yeah, let's basically head into the match, and I lead with Rotom Heat. Let's see what our opponents decides to lead with. His most likely leads are the Mamoswine is like a Sash variant, but other than that, he doesn't really have a designated lead. Let me take a sip of a drink, and he does lead with his Mamoswine, and we already find right here. The best worst he can do is knock off me, but I expect to get a Brock since he led with it, and he doesn't need that, and I just go for Foul Play because I don't want to be at -2 yet. Versus Mamoswine, and an Overheat wouldn't occur this thing either way, and I expect him to be Sash either way since he led with it. And yeah, he did got drugs. I got a Foul Play on him, and now I just go straight for the Overheat in case he does stay in. He will be OCO'd from that, but he actually decides to switch out into his Amaldo right here. I don't know, pretty enough Foul Play or something like that, but either way, I was thinking this, okay, this guy's probably Assault Death or something like that, but I just go straight for the Overheat, and that does a butt ton of damage. This guy's definitely not Assault Death, more offensive variant, or at least not especially offensive, but right here you can see it's kind of iffy if a Overheat does the rest of the damage, because the next Overheat would do half of that it did just now, and It's Wi-Fi, it's difficult to tell. Like, is the bar you see right here, half of that, is that the remaining bar? Either way, I don't want to stay in right here because I do have the charge ability to be fair, but he might just have Rock Blast and then I would take a lot of damage and then Celestia would be a big threat. So I do decide just Volt Switch out because I'm definitely faster than this guy, which you can see right here. And aside predicting the Rock move right here, I decide to switch out into my Mew, which then can just proceed to pick him off with an Earthquake from this range. And I do hard switch out here into Jimmy Neutron, get some rock damage on me, which doesn't matter too much, but he does actually decide to go for the knockoff, which gets some good damage on me. And yeah, I basically leftovers. But from this investment can tell he's not an offensive variant, so that's kind of iffy. He's not specially defensive, he's not physically offensive. I do just go for the Earthquake, and here we definitely find out that he's a max physically defensive Hamaldo, because he doesn't decide to do it, but he lives the Earthquake on very little HP. He does miss the Stone Edge though. And yeah, so my Neutron still lives. It would have lived the Stone Edge either way, barring a crit. So it's not like it mattered hugely in that sense, but of course it mattered since missed. And right now, since he did go for Stone Edge with me, I'm thinking this is probably the best thing he has to hit my Mew with. And going to the calculator, max or no attack Stone Edge, or even a max attack Stone Edge from Amaldo with no boosting item wouldn't be able to KO me, since I'm a bulky Mew and I can just softball on this guy. So I will receive the softball right here to get me back to a good amount of health, predicting him to just go for another Stone Edge, something like that. But like you can see right here, he actually does reveal the Scizor, and I can see that Scizor is actually more than half, so yeah, I can't stay in here keeping softballing, so I have to switch out right here, or go for second Earthquake. I decide just go for second Earthquake, pick him off, and we get rid of Amaldo right away, but our Mew is very low at the moment, which is definitely not appreciated at all. Rocks are on the field as well, so if you switch in Mew, it is fast enough to outspeed a lot of his team, so I can just still softboard on some mons, but I'm not really good in the switching in department of things. So yeah, I switch out with Rabombi because I only have Earthquake and he's too fast to be taunted, so I just hard switch out into my Nidoqueen, predicting him to set up right here, and I can basically take any hit since I'm especially defensive Mew. He does just go straight for the Bug Buzz, and that does absolutely nothing. This Arambi is a threat though. I can't Oko it, but I can bring it in range of Extreme Speed from my Dragonite, so it can sweep me for sure. So I just go straight for the Fire Punch, don't want to go for Rocks first. He does go straight for Quiver Dance though. I'm predicting him to have the Psychic, of course, to deal with my Nidoqueen, because otherwise his stabs are walled by my Nidoqueen. So I'm actually going to do a Psychic, and since he's set up straight into my face, that's screaming him that he is a Z Psychic variant, and there's a Psychium Z, or a Shattering Psych for +1 from a Rumble. He would actually kill my Nidoqueen from here, so I decided to predict the Z move right here and go into my Mew, basically sacking that since it's the very low right here, and yeah, then go back either into Dragonite or into my Nidoqueen deal this thing. And as indeed, Z move, that is the Psychic Z move, so we predict that correctly, and we basically force him to waste the Z move on a very low or decently low HP Mew. Of course, still sad that we lose it, but we still have our Nidoqueen at a good amount of HP. And yeah, our Mew does go down. So, right here I have to make a decision, do I go back into Nidoqueen because I can take a non-Z Psychic, or do I go to Dragonite to Revenge Kill with Extreme Speed? I decide to go into my Nidoqueen right here, which does get a lot of damage on it, but I wanted to preserve the multi-scale on my Dragonite, because setup Dragonite is definitely the way I have to win this. If I'm at a decent amount of boosts, I can just sweep through his team because I will prioritize the Ice Shot on -1, of course, and the rest just dies to either Fire Punch or the Draconium Z Outrage. So yeah, we'll just go for Thunder Punch right here in case you want to switch out something, but yeah, we do get rid of the Bombi, but we lose a lot of health on Nips, and I have to basically forget the fact that I might get up rocks, because especially now that he got to Charizard X and I can't allow this thing to set up, I do just stay in right here, go straight for the Earthquake, but are forced to Mega Evolve in the first turn, so there's no use like predicting him, does he not Mega Evolve, does he Mega Evolve? I do just go straight for the Earthquake in case he wants to set up, because then I can just go into my Nidoqueen, take a +1 hits, Thunder Wave him, and basically proceed to, or even just go for EQ and kill him that way. But yeah, he does go straight for the Flare Blaze, of course that roasts my Nidoqueen a dozen times at that amount of HP. But right now I still have my defensive check to this, which is my Miltank, and I can just go straight for the Body Slam, since right now I'm out of range of 2 Dragon Claws. So I can still risk not getting the Paralyzation with Body Slam. If he decides to set up after the first Body Slam, I can still Thunder Wave him. But either way, on the Body Slam, he does decide to go into Celestia, which is sadly always a free switch into my Miltank, because I don't have any move to hit it, bar Body Slam, and I can see that does absolutely nothing. I don't get a Paralyzation either. And yeah, basically, this Celesteela is looking troublesome. It has the leftovers though. I was kind of thinking it might be defense Celesteela after I saw the Z move on Rabombi, because other than that he would be probably Z setup Celesteela. But either way, Rotom is much resistant to that. I can resist close to every move he wants to go for and threaten it out with either electric or fire moves, whatever I'm feeling right now. Like you can see, he does go for the Leech Seed, and this means this is a very annoying defensive Celestina set. And this made me think, oh goddamn, why did I sack my Mew? Mew Stallbreaker, Mew would have dealt with this so easily. I could just taunt Will-O-Wisp and then wear it down. Keep softballing, all this good stuff. But yeah, sadly now my Mew is gone, and so I can't basically stall break through it. I have to break it with sheer power, and that means I have to rely on my more strong ones, which are the Dragonite, Dragonite, Pidgeot, and this Rotom Heat, of course. But Legacy Rotom Heat already gets worn down. Rocks are still on the field, and I have to defog them at some point for my Dragonite if I even want to set up stuff like that. But either way, I do just go. He did go for Protect there. I do just go for second Volt Switch right here, I think. Or do I go for Foul Play predicting him? Yeah, I do go for Foul Play right here, predicting the Charizard to come in. And yeah, get some decent damage on that, but that tells me he's definitely not fully offensive. He has some bulk on that Charizard, which is a bit annoying since, yeah, that means Foul Play, like you can see, it does less than 50%. He would have to set up to actually do more 50%, but if he set up, it might already be too late. So I do just hard switch out White back into my Nidoqueen right here. On the predicted Dragon Claw, Flare, something like that, but he actually does hit the Will-O-Wisp, and that means, okay, a Body Slam is doing no damage at all anymore to this. This is definitely a bulky Zard. Will have Roost's other moves, so he had Flare Blitz, Roost, Will-O-Wisp. I want to say probably Dragon Claw, just to deal with overall with my team a little bit more. I don't know if he would have another status move or something like that. Or Dragon's Mono Fire, I wouldn't really see. But yeah, I just go straight for the Thunder Wave, since he might just go into the Celestina back again. If I can get Thunder Wave on the thing, that would be nice, just basically crippling it. And I mean, I think my whole team already outspeeds it, but start getting some lucky paras can be nice. And of course, primarily paralyzing the Charizard, which was in front of me, would have been nice. But yeah, of course I have to switch out once again with this thing. Can't really touch it, barring I would do like click Body Slam, but he just Leech Seeds and then the whole shenanigans starts again. If I would have known he, like, that's always the if the blah 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 if. But yeah, if I would have known he would be a defensive one, I would have just gone straight into. I would have gone with Sap Zipper Miltank, because then he couldn't touch me either. Just go straight for Leech Seed. I do go into my Pidgeot right here, because for one I can get some decent amount of damage with Heat Wave, I want to say. But the main thing is I can defog the rocks away, which allows my Dragonite to freely set up versus some of his mounts, since my Multikill is still intact. So that's basically my plan right here. I just want to mega off. I think at first I just go for Heat Wave right here, because I still have a good amount of health. I can still take any hit from a Celestina. I can still defog at a later date. And if preferred, I would just want to go for a defog on the turn my Pidgeot goes down, because then he can't go back into his Mamoswine to set the rocks back up. So that's basically my plan. He does go for Leech Seed, gets a good amount of damage on me. And right here he doesn't actually go for Protect with me, which I was a bit surprised about. I thought like first time he would definitely go for Protect. And he gets some Leech Seed recovery on me, and I'm still out of range of one turn of Leech Seed, so that's why I decided right here to go for now a Heat Wave, predicting him just go for Protect. I don't want to reveal the defog yet, but he actually doesn't go for Protect, and he does just decide to go for another, let's go for Metal Sound right here, which I don't know what and why. But Metal Sound happened, and you probably have to watch his narration to ask why he did go for Metal Sound there. My narration lagged a little bit, I'm sorry for that. But yeah, he didn't go for Protect, that's the important thing, and that means he can go for Protect now. And that means my Pidgeot will die to Leech Seed, and that means I won't get the defog off. And I think that definitely was a misplay on my part. Defog should have probably been my first priority of all the moves, I think. I got a bit greedy, trying to get my Pidgeot down on the perfect turn, so you can't get rocks again. But like you can see, I just tried to defog right here, he just protects, and yeah, my Pidgeot goes down and rocks are still on the field, which is very annoying. And now my team is kind of like, one of my more offensive mon is gone, my Stall Breaker is gone. The only offensive mon I have right now still is my Mew. The rest are all defensive. My Nidoqueen is already down, my Rotom is at a low amount of HP. And it's a bit annoying, but knowing his full set, these Metal Sound, I'm thinking, okay, I can most likely set up on this guy. If I get some lucky paralyzations and he just goes for Leech Seed Metal Sound shenanigans, I can get my 2 Dragon Dance up, which is what I need to KO the Mamoswine after Extreme Speed. Because if I get 2 Dragon Dance up and I'm still out of range of, what could he have out of range of? But basically, I need 2 Dragon Dances to sweep through his whole team. Otherwise, or I would need a crit. Otherwise, the Mamoswine just goes for Ice Shot while I go for Extreme Speed and stuff like that. So, yeah, I go for 1 Dragon Dance. Right here, I'm predicting to maybe probably go for Protect or something like that. Since I already got my Dragon Dance up and he can, like, predict my Fire Punch and stuff like that. So, there we go. I go for 2nd Dragon Dance. And, like you can see right here, he just goes straight for the Air Slash. So, that means my Dragonite will be very low right here. It's actually, oh, it's decently low, but after Leech Seed, will be at like only a 1/3, and this Kagaron, this Celestina is already back at a good amount of health. Of course, from this range, I will OHKO him with a Fire Punch, which I will just go straight for here. Like, he's not clicking Protect at all, but here he decides to go click Protect, and I'm just annoyed that he got me on all Protect turns, like turns he didn't Protect, and then turns he did Protect, and then he never got parried at all. I got a bit annoyed by the fact, but I mean, that's asking for hacks, and yeah, basically my chances of winning this game are dwindling more and more. This Scizor is very annoying. I shouldn't have got my Mew, shouldn't have let my Mew die right here. And I said just go for another Fire Punch right here. He tries to get Double Protect, he gets a Double Protect, and right here it's where basically it's game over. Because before I had a shot potentially if I O-code every Mon. I was at +2, I could have O-code the I could have O-code the Mamoswine, but he got the Double Protect, and now I died to Leech Seed, and yeah, basically now I only have Rotom left and my Miltank, I think. Miltank can deal with this thing. My Rotom is very low, and it's very unlikely that these two Mons can 2v4, I want to say, or 2v5 his team. It's very unlikely. Either way, I go into my Meowth right here, and I go just straight for the Pain Split. Get a lot of health back, because I won't be able to get any kills if my Meowth is so low, so I just go for Pain Split, hoping he gets like Parrot on Leech Seed, but no, he goes for Leech Seed and he hits again. But at least I'm at a decent amount of HP, so that's still nice, and after that I can click the Thunderbolt button and get rid of this Kagurone. But of course, he will go for another Protect, and you already can see from my voice, this game is not going well. It's just dragging on. It's just dragging on. I already knew that this game was not fun anymore after my Dragonite went down like it did. I already knew, okay, this game's not very fun, and now it's just a slow process. A slow process to reach the end, basically. The recording lags a little bit right here again. Sorry for that. He goes for Protect, my Rotom goes lower, I click Thunderbolt, and let's see what happens. God damn it, recording, what are you doing? Why are you so lagging? Why are you so iffy? I don't think that's part of the recording. Probably my PC is having some trouble right now because it's pretty hot right here. My PC is actually running decently warm as well. Either way, oh, I actually go for Overheat because Thunderbolt wouldn't kill from here. So yeah, I at least killed the Celestina, so thankfully that goddamn annoying thing is gone. It would just kept my Mew alive. It would be way easier. If he wouldn't get the Double Protect, it would have been way easier. If he would have just parried a little bit, it would have been way easier. But now he has his Lucario left, and yeah, basically I have to go for Overheat right here, hoping to get a crit so he can set up, but he doesn't even need to set up. He is faster than me. He can go for Cross Combat. And then I have a Miltank left, which is physically defensive, but it's not living a life up like you will see in a minute. Close Combat from Lucario, and that is how we lose 3-0 in week 2 versus the Oregon Duckletts and Johnny. And let me we lose, spoilers, we lose, like I already said, like Miltank is not taking this close combat. But let me talk about this match a little bit more after we see the screen with the Mons again. Let me talk about more because why this game went as it went. Because it was not, that was definitely not a good game. Like a GG, it was a good game. Basically nothing really happened, but it wasn't a good game of mine. I didn't play well, that's what I want to say. Still, of course, GG to Johnny. He definitely deserved that win. He prepped and played better than me in this match. So I give it that 3-0 to him. But either way, looking overall at how the match went, one misplay of course was the Mew going down and then switching into my Nidoqueen. The main thing I did go into this match in was like the thought process. Like you see, I have a very defensive team. I brought a Stallbreaker Mew, defensive Nidoqueen, defensive Rotom, defensive Miltank, and then I have my Pidgeot, which was forced to default basically since the only one default on this team, and then Dragonite. So my team was basically to wear all this team down with my defensive mons and then sweep with Dragonite. I had only one strategy going into this game, and it was wearing this thing down with my defensive mons and then win with Dragonite. So I put all my eggs into the Dragonite basket basically very early, and that was a mistake. Like, my team building was way too defensive. My team build was way too reactive, basically. I had so many defensive mons, and some of them couldn't deal with others. Like, my Rotom can't really deal with Charizard, my Miltank gets a free switch every time with the Celestina and stuff like that. With Mew alive, I think I would have been a better shot for sure if I could have like dealt with the Celestina better, and then Earthquake. Basically Earthquake and Will-O-Wisp and all this good stuff was very nice for like the Mega Charizard, for the Lucario, for the Mamoswine. I could just Soft Bite on all of them. Keeping Mew alive, I think, was more important, and even after I pricked the Z move and I sacked the Mew, I think the better play would have been just go straight to Dragonite and then Extreme Speed the Rabombi, because then I still would have my Nidoqueen at a good amount of health. Nidoqueen got still got some good damage to the Celesteela and all this good stuff. Either way, I was prepping for mostly offensive Celesteela, and yeah, that caught me off. That the standard defensive Celesteela basically won him this game, and that's very annoying. That's just an obvious set which Celesteela runs managed to break through with me. He had me Battle Sound, so he had some creativity there. I don't really know what it was for, and I don't really know why he clicked there, but it was there. So you can watch his team builder or his upload, of course, for more insight on that. And yeah, that's basically all I can say. My prep was way too defensive, way too reactive. And I have a bulky team, but I can't... I have a bulky offense team. I need to play it like that. I can't play it like a bulky team. I need to play it like a bulky offense team. And that's what I have to improve in the future weeks. Other than that, of course, Johnny, like, I don't want to bash it all on I played bad and everyone would have won versus me. Of course, Johnny played well as well to win versus me, even with the more reactive team I brought, I want to say. And either way, I don't want to ramble on too much. Definitely check out Johnny, check out all the other coaches in PMC. Check out the two guys who helped me in this, being Dark Devil and Pointblanke. And yeah, if you enjoyed what I saw, even though I lost, leave a like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. Hit me on Twitter, Facebook, all the links in the description. And I will see you another time. Ciao.